Yeah. I said, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. I said, hey, welcome to the Man Cave Happy Hour. We're gonna drink a fine whiskey and smoke a really fine cigar.
It is time for happy hour. It is the Man Cave Happy Hour. Whiskey, cigar, spirits, the stories that go along with it. I'm Jamie Flanagan.
I am Matt Fox.
And we are in the Man Cave.
Yes, we are.
It is the palatial Podcast Your Voice studios, the Man Cave suite of the Podcast Your Voice studios.
Hailing from Southfield, Michigan.
That is where we are. And Matt, it's cocktail night.
It's you know what? Every day's cocktail night. It's Tuesday booze day.
It is. Well, we've become amateur bartenders, amateur mixologists.
You've become an amateur bartender yourself.
Yes, I've enjoyed doing that.
I just make a mess.
I just
make a mess.
I like mixing them up. We've done a bunch of stuff. We tried pairing songs with cocktails.
Right.
We've tried whiskey cocktails and vodka cocktails and gin cocktails.
Yeah.
And I think we're getting pretty good at it, but I still just have my standards that I do at home because they're simple and they're easy and you don't have to go get all this stuff.
Right.
You know, because you got to go get all the knickknacks and bric-a-brac if you're going to do, you know,
I'll tell you what. There was one evening I wanted to make a cocktail and I started searching through my cupboards and I'm like, I don't have this. I don't have that. Right. And I got really discouraged.
Yeah.
Because I really wanted to make a cocktail and I did not have the ingredients for it.
Matthew, I got a solution for you.
You really? Do you now?
Just things pop up in your feed, right? When you're a couple of boozy guys like us.
Booze Day Tuesday.
And on the face space, you start getting suggestions and feeds and oddly enough, most of my suggestions are spirits related.
Why is that odd, Jamie?
Yeah, I don't know.
Help me understand why.
And but there's this very cool thing slid across my timeline.
Okay.
And it's called Shaker and Spoon.
Shaker and Spoon.
And it's a box.
Uh-huh.
It's a box of magic.
Really?
That arrives at your house.
I see the magic in front of me.
It is.
I have yet to crack it open.
We have a shaker and spoon box.
Look at that
here with us. It arrived safely very quickly. It came very, very quickly. And we've been sitting on it for a little bit. We're going to find out about what's in this box. What's even better than the have in the box?
What's better to have in the box?
The people that came up with the idea.
You know what?
For the box would be good to talk to.
Jamie, I have a solution for you in that regard.
You know who came up with this idea?
Help me understand who.
It's let's give this a try. Mike Milyovsky
and
Anna Gorovoy.
Really?
I'm 90% sure that's correct.
And look who's here.
There's Anna Gorovoy. You did a great job on the pronunciation.
Anna, thank you. Mike is on the way back into frame as well, and we're gonna talk about this. You guys are head cook, chief bottle washers for Shaker and Spoon. This was you guys you founded this idea? Was this your idea?
Yes, chief bottle washers. I love it.
Chief cook.
Went out of frame to get us some drinks.
Well, it occurred to me where clearly
he was listening to your intro and he was like, when we enter the studio, we should have a drink. So
there you go.
There you go. We can start with the cheers.
Yeah,
well,
cheers.
I think we're gonna mix up some cocktails over on their side. I hope.
Yes,
we
for
are.
sure. So,
That's the whole point.
So, so Shaker and Spoon, it's an amazing box of goodies. There's several different boxes. We're gonna get into all that. But before we do that, Mike and Anna, we're going to start with you. Mike, tell me about your childhood.
Oh my! Well, I think we actually both have the same sort of origin story. We're both born in the former Soviet Union. Our parents, you can hear, neither of us really have an accent. Our parents brought us over. I was 4. You were.
Yeah, because Milyovsky and Gorovoy were freaking me out all day. So.
Yeah.
You did great, by the way.
I told him, great job on the pronunciation. I wasn't sure if that was a real question or a joke question. Tell me about your childhood.
That's a real question.
I say that all the time.
Question.
And a lot of we see where it goes. Sometimes people answer. Sometimes an amazing story unfolds. Sometimes we get scared. It's just a fun way to kick it off.
You never know. You never know.
Yeah. So, but what was your background that led you to the Shaker and Spoon? What led you to spirits and then creating the Shaker and Spoon?
Well, those are kind of almost two different things. I think what led me to spirits is life, maybe, and
what drove you to drink?
being here. I'm very blessed to be here in Brooklyn, New York. I've lived here for a long time, and in New York in general for going on 15 years now. Okay. And it's the access to various spirits is plentiful. There's a huge bar culture in general in New York. We all have tiny little apartments, and when we want to meet up, we go to the bar. It's just it just makes sense. It's the social outing, and there are just world-class bars here in New York. So having lived here for as long as I did, I've gone to a ton of different places, and obviously at a certain point started to discover cocktail bars and how just exciting that experience is, and getting into just different flavor combinations that you wouldn't expect, and just tasting something that you don't expect to taste and being surprised and delighted. And that's kind of like the best part of that experience, I think. So there's so many amazing notable bars here in New York. I've been to probably a small fraction of them, and they that was, I think, what kind of like led me here from a spirits point of view. My background is as a designer, and I really do love designing kind of in all senses of the word. You have the box in front of you, and I hope you see, like, it's there's a lot of kind of thought that goes in.
There's a lot of fun from the inside out.
Certainly to the recipes. Sorry.
There's a lot of fun from the inside out.
Yeah, like certainly to the recipes, but very much to like the all aspects of the cards, the box, the vessels we put everything into. We do try to put a lot of thought into kind of the form, the functionality, and obviously in the end the taste.
So I like that your background is as a designer, and I can see I really can see the design elements in this. Anna, were you in the spirits industry, or where do you come
No, a lot of people think that at least one of us came from hospitality. Right, that is not true, and nor accurate. I also have a design background, print design. And Mike's background is motion graphics. So two designers. And really, in terms of to summarize what Mike was saying earlier, craft culture, culinary culture in Brooklyn, New York is hopping. We enjoy it. And at a certain point, we had the rise of at-home kits, like Blue Apron was just coming onto the scene. And Mike thought, this is very cool. And I like how they send you everything and how the ideas that you learn by doing. And I already actually know how to make a meal. But wouldn't it be very cool if there were a service like this, but actually teaches you how to craft a cocktail that is similar to something that you could find, at one of these great bars, but you could use it at home for entertaining? Wouldn't that be a nice service? And at the time, there wasn't really one. So Mike was like, why don't I create something?
Why don't I design
demo? So the idea was just like purely from like out of like love of cocktails, not from expertise.
Okay.
Right.
So help me then understand, the two of you with similar backgrounds, how did the two of you come together to kind of formulate Shaker and Spoon? Because you founded in 2015. So what was the process leading up to that to launch? How did the two of you find one another to begin with?
Oh, we've known each other for much longer than that. We're spouses, but also we're partners in the business. Okay. One came well before the other.
Okay.
Yeah,
but
I had to ask.
The idea really for like the core concept of Shaker and Spoon really was Mike coming up with an entrepreneurial venture, and then I ended up along for the ride.
Fair enough.
It's been quite the ride, but yeah, there was a lot of kind of working through what the concept would be, how to package everything, kind of figuring all that out, and that was, I have no idea honestly when that started, but in late 2015 we launched the website and started taking orders, and kind of had this sort of first iteration of what this ended up being.
Again, the website is amazing.
Yes.
It's really rich and brings to life. The photography is great, very, very crafty and very artful. And then you're giving credit where credit's due. Each of the cocktails is curated by different bartenders. That I don't, and again, that was going to be one of my questions. But when you go, you can find out who created this cocktail, right? Who came up with this idea. And then it's like where they work, their experience, and then their take on that particular cocktail. And then leading into it, describing the box, there's just really rich descriptions. So it's a fun site. It's just, if someone can walk through, and they could do it. They don't, we don't need you, because they could go through and pull out these recipes basically from your website, kind of, not totally, but you don't have all the proper fixins, and by the looks of it, there's some kind of borderline gourmet fixins.
Borderline.
And there's not this straight up gourmet fixins.
I mean, truly, you guys, I think you really understand the service very well, because in your introduction, you very succinctly laid out the problem and the solution. Sometimes you want a special cocktail, you could go find a recipe, but do you actually have everything on hand to create this cocktail?
Right.
Do you, if not, do you want to hunt it all down? If you do hunt it all down, do you want to invest in the full-size bottles of all of these components? How do you know that you can trust the recipe? And, what if you want to try it alongside tens of thousands of other people? What about that?
Yeah. So,
so I got this case of Luxardo cherries. What do I do with them?
Yeah.
Oh, you eat all of them immediately.
Right.
Like, obviously.
We do.
What do you mean? What do you do?
No, but also, real question. Those cherries aren't cheap. Like,
No.
how do you make sure you use them in a great recipe? That is a legitimate question.
A friend of ours of the Man Cave, a flavor journal.
Yes.
And she actually
Sarah.
Sarah, she actually put a cocktail recipe together utilizing the syrup from the Luxardo cherry itself.
Oh, of course, that stuff is so good.
Oh,
Right.
We have a cocktail, and one of the components is the syrup from a bottle of Filthy Cherries, similar product competitor to Luxardo. Yeah, that's syrup. Don't waste it. It's a great ingredient.
Absolutely.
That was the thing. I had run a bottle of Luxardo's out, and I'm like, I got this. There's got to be something cool I can do with this. And so we searched out a recipe, and that was Sarah from a flavor journal, and so we brought her on, and we had her walk us through it. And it was a riot. It was a riot. And speaking of, it's just a riot. There's you have several different iterations of the boxes. People can order these up, and you guys are punny.
I love the puns.
Like really us. Do. Yeah, we do. We're ripe with the puns. So I'm just going to name some of the boxes that we got going, and then we're going to get to the box that we have before us here. But we got the Jolly Gin for Punch.
I think you mean Jolly for Gin Punch.
Yep.
I like the January box.
Yeah.
We've pulled that trick a handful of times.
Fruits of Fall, Summer Scotch.
Girls just want to have bourbon box.
Fall for Mezcal. Mezcal is really racing up the charts right now. People are going kooky for the Mezcal.
About time.
It's interesting. It's just starting to take hold in Detroit. And everybody's like, keep on, is like, oh, rum's going to be the next thing. Rum's going to be the next thing. Bourbon is like whiskeys and bourbons. They've had their day. And I'm like, the whiskeys and bourbons aren't going anywhere real soon. They may wane a little bit, but rums haven't really taken hold the way people always think they will. But mezcal is screaming up the charts right now. But the box we have before us,
it's not the Rum's the Word box.
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's All Eyes on Rye.
All eyes on rye.
All Eyes on Rye.
So does that mean we want to use a rye whiskey? I'm assuming that.
That's what I'm going to guess. That in each box, there's the fixins for 3 different cocktails for 4 mixins of each 3 different cocktails. Is that correct?
That's correct. So you'll be able to make at least 12 cocktails. Sometimes you can eke out a few more per recipe.
Jamie, are you driving me home, Jamie?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. So All Eyes on Rye. Inside here, we got a sour, which I'm not going to try to pronounce that.
Baklava?
Oh.
You got it.
Baklava
You guys
sour.
are great. Don't sell yourself short.
All right. A Homestead Old Fashioned and the Creole Sling are the 3 in here. And
I think the 2 that
cool.
we're going to make tonight, I think we're going to do the Creole Sling, and then we're going to do the Homestead Old Fashioned.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't bring an egg with me.
I was going to say that makes sense unless you're hiding an egg somewhere.
I didn't bring an egg to the studio. I thought about it, and then I was like, So I think 2 cocktails will be enough.
Yes,
you guys will do
night.
just
It is a
fine.
school night, so you know.
So, but these are great. So, just the baklava sour, it's just egg white, rye whiskey, lemon juice, the baklava syrup,
And the cardamom bitters.
And so that's what's in those. And then there's other amazing. There's a black cherry. We got a spritz of orange oil. Orange bitters, black pepper bitters. See, and there was a recipe that I saw I wanted to do. It's called for chocolate bitters, and I don't have chocolate bitters, and I'm like, do I want to go buy chocolate bitters?
Right?
And
Because how
it's
often
like,
are you going to use them?
Right, and it's like, but now if it comes in the box of black pepper bitters, it's in the box.
Right,
it's in the box.
What's in the box?
That's it. Don't look in the box. We are going to look in the box.
All right.
So, and then there's a cinnamon and vanilla infused maple syrup in one of these, and then chicory pecan bitters. It's magical stuff inside this box.
We do like our bitters.
So
we really do like cocktails and the bitter side of it. So we're actually expanding our bitter palate just a little bit this evening with these cocktails. I'm very excited.
Yeah. So having the right tools, we actually have some decent bar tools in here.
Yes,
so we got strainers, we got muddlers, we got stirrers, we got shakers, we got spoons, we got all kinds of stuff. So I think we're prepared to mix these up. But the ingredients, right? These are pretty amazing ingredients. And except for the egg whites and then the alcohol itself, everything's in the box. Can you tell me, like, where do you guys source all these magical ingredients? Are they who picks them? Are your bartenders picking them? Are you picking them? How do you pick the ingredients that go in the box?
Well, the whole point of the product is to try to translate what the bartenders are doing as purely as possible. So not that we don't work with the bartenders, we very much do, and we certainly have to steer them away from some things onto others, but in an ideal,
the supply chain problems are real.
I can't ship a blender to everybody.
Right.
If it involves a blender, go home.
We're basically here to make, like their vision a reality. So the recipes are their artistry, and we have a logistics team to source everything properly.
Yeah, but like what you're sort of getting is the translation of what you'd get at the bar. So we actually make everything ourselves that the bar would make themselves. So in this case, and we have made tinctures and bitters blends and infusions and things like that. That's not what you're getting in this box. We're sourcing high quality bitters from really great bitters producers. There's really wonderful ones out there, and then we're making a lot of things that are going to bring a specialty flavor the same way that the bartender would in that great craft cocktail bar that you're going to. So for the Creole Sling, actually that's a bad example, but for the Homestead Old Fashioned that you're about to make, there's the winter spice syrup that we made ourselves. It's a very hot item on our site, the winter spice syrup. Oh yeah, that is a fan favorite. You guys
even you are. Even in the summer, it's a hot one.
Yeah, and then the baklava syrup is also something we make for the baklava sour. So and you're gonna see that in every box. Like, again, it's just bartenders get a theme and obviously some restrictions, such as using a single spirit with some exceptions. We have had some exceptions there.
Yeah.
And
we have an audience question.
Yeah. What is everyone's favorite cocktail? Oh, that's so hard. It's like making me choose between my children.
I would say
favorite child.
I was just thinking about this when we were talking earlier about hot spirits. I'll say that mezcal is actually my favorite spirit.
Oh,
nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a bourbon boy. I'm in love with the bourbons right now.
I've been leaning to I've been enjoying bourbon and whiskey for a long time, but I'm leaning towards the clear liquid, your vodkas and your gins. Actually,
and
that's where I've been leaning
as a
towards
cocktail.
Lately.
I love the old fashioned because it's quick, it's easy, it's tasty. Is when for my cocktail, I just my go to, and even when I'm out and about, I'll get the smoked old fashioned or the special house old fashioned just to see how other people are doing it. Interestingly, and we have one to do tonight. And I'm so excited about it. So how do you pick your bartenders? How do you find?
I was going to ask the question about
fair play. Yeah,
the R&D that you guys have going on behind the scenes. What does that?
It's so much fun.
It's so much fun, that R&D side of it, because you're just testing this, that, what is that? How long of a process is that, the R&D side?
That depends.
Yeah, sometimes there are more challenges than others. Certainly, like as I kind of fainted at before. Right now there are a lot of supply chain issues, so the R&D process is trickier because it's harder to get certain things, especially if they're not domestic products. But the R&D process is several months long. The bartenders will be onboarded and have a sense of the theme, and they will submit multiple concepts, and we'll look at the concepts and we'll see, which of these make sense together according to physical fit, according to budget, according to theme of the box, of course. And we'll be looking at sourcing everything, and then we'll source what we can source, and then we'll start, testing it with our in-house person who QAs everything. And, that will also, there's usually a syrup recipe, as Mike was saying, from each bartender, and we have to kind of look at what they submitted, which is usually like on a stovetop scale, and figure out how that's going to translate to a manufacturing scale. So there's R&D involved with that.
Right. Yeah.
Are these New York bartenders, or are these people from all over?
It's all over the world. Right now we're actively working on April's through July's. We have people working on July recipes, I think, at this point. And we're probably going to get people working on August recipes within the next, I would say, 2 weeks or so. It's mostly US based, but it's really spread around the US, and we have had a good number of people from
in May's box. We have someone who's in Mexico.
Yeah, we have a bunch of Italian people.
They're all in the US.
How sneaky of them.
They're from Italy.
Okay, there's a slight theme there.
Yeah, and then we have some Canadians.
We do have some Canadians
in a box that's in the fall.
Yeah, so. But they're kind of sourced from all over. We do really try to work with top tier bartender talent. It is kind of the promise of the box, and it is what we try to deliver. So I
would say it's what we successfully deliver. I think I know it's a point of differentiation of our service, and at this point we have a very wide network and a lot of contacts in the industry, and we and the bartenders have a great time working together and bringing their vision to life and delivering it to households. It's great fun for everyone. It's fun for the subscribers to get this bit of culture that we have people in like rural Alaska. Like, you cannot go to a bar the same way that you can in New York, but we're able to deliver it all to them, which is great.
They can try cocktail by Southern Teague.
Yeah. Actually, the question that just came through from Sean, and he said, do bartenders have the cocktails by memory or still have sheets to follow? Well, we're going to follow the sheets. We're going to follow those sheets.
These bartenders need sheets, but the bartenders who created them, they created it. So if someone fancied themselves a fancy pants bartender, could they petition to be part to contribute a cocktail? Is that, or do you find the bartenders?
I would say, it happens in a lot of different ways. We have alumni that we've worked with over and over. We have people who are referred to us. We have people who reach out to us. We are introduced to people all the time. So, the talent comes to us in a myriad of ways.
So we got a bartender for you. Oh, dude, I got a bartender.
Oh, do
for
we got a
you.
bartender for you?
No, but Tara, she's amazing. Actually, she just won she's the top 100 bartenders in the U.S. and she was the top 10 in the Midwest. She was in the she's amazing. She'll come in. We'll have her come in and she'll like mix stuff for us. And she works at all the upper end bars.
Yeah, introduce us. She'll fit right in.
Yeah.
I think you'll dig her too. She's like really awesome. Anyway, so Matt, what do you think? Let's make some cocktails.
Well,
let's open this box and
let's open it up. But what would you guys recommend we do first? Because we're gonna do the Creole Sling and then also the old, the Homestead Old Fashioned. Which one would you recommend us doing first?
I mean, they're both kind of strong and spirit forward. You could really do them in either order.
Okay.
If you were making the sour, I would say that one first, but
yeah.
Right.
The Creole Sling has some cold brew in it, which can be intense. So maybe the Homestead Old Fashioned first.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe it's slightly sweeter.
Yeah, it's a tad stronger, but I think the flavors will.
I'm going to be picking
Creole Sling will kind of overpower it with flavor. I think.
I'm going to be picking these crinkles up out of the studio for a week.
Oh, yes, that's definitely true.
That's
your friends that send you glitter. Why am I just put some glitter in here, guys? Why don't?
But our subscribers reuse these crinkles for really like a number of great projects. Like, I don't know, kids like sensory boxes, arts and crafts, packing packages or presents,
fire
like
starter,
fire starters.
That's good.
I don't know, hamster cages, like their parrots like to play with them.
So the cards, because there's informative cards that come with it, and I like it says, please check the crinkles carefully for 5 small light banded items.
You'll see those.
You gotta. That's fun though. I love the little warnings. You guys are sassy. I like the packaging, the boxing, and it's all just a little sassy.
I'm not trying to be sassy with that.
We've learned over time.
That's an iteration. People would be expecting the bitters to be like larger, and they would lose them in the crinkles. So
okay.
That's why we started banding them. And that's why we included the warning. Oh,
there's
your magazine.
Yeah, got the magazine.
Oh, and there you found the bitters.
All right, there's the little baby bitters.
There's a little baby bitter right here as well.
Little baby bitters. And then is this some jelly?
Those are
the cherries.
So
I don't know if you've had Filthy before. They are really nice, and they will stack up to Luxardos. You'll see.
All right. I think we got everything there.
Yes,
you can go down your card and make sure that you got everything.
I think that looks right.
The box won't go too far away.
No, it won't. It's gonna go right down here.
All right. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. All right. So first up is a Homestead Old Fashioned.
All right.
Which is fun. It will look similar to that when completed. And it's fun because it comes with the recipe, because of the recipe card, and it's nice. These recipe cards, they're sturdy. That if you want to save them, but the nice thing is, because if I use these bitters, and I really dig these bitters, we can get them at your website, right?
Absolutely.
We can,
right.
Of course.
That's right. Yeah.
And in moderate sizes, like these are the
yes, larger than that.
Yes, in a reasonable size, assuming that you wanted to go out of your way and actually buy them.
Yeah,
okay.
But this is your chance to just give them a try at a smaller size.
That's what it's.
I
love
that.
This. I had to turn the camera on me to say.
Give them a little pet.
So I do.
All right.
I'm
gonna start taking things apart here.
Okay. Homestead Old Fashioned, simple to put together with endless potential for experimentation. The old-fashioned formula of spirit, sugar, water, and bitters is a blueprint that honors what's in the bottle with creativity and accenting flavors that can be tailored to fit any mood or occasion. Spencer Warren, is that our bartender on this?
Yes.
Okay. His version leans. What do we know about Spencer?
What do we know about Spencer?
He's in Pittsburgh. He has the spot, the Warren. He always did Miracle Pop-Up. That's what I know about him off the top of my head.
Right on.
Remember we met him at
you
BC
got
a few years
hundreds.
ago? He's a really nice guy.
He's a lovely guy. I think at one point we it's called the Warren, right?
Yeah. No,
So he owns a bar and he's the head.
Yeah,
head
our
bartender at the Warren.
subscribers have visited him. Some of them I have seen in the group. They like took these pictures with him behind the bar, and
nice.
they like looked for him. They looked him up in Pittsburgh because they love the Homestead Old Fashioned so much.
Yeah, he's done I think 2 recipes for us, and the Homestead was the most recent. It's been a minute, but I remember he and I talked for a while because he wanted to dehydrate citrus wheels for us in the back of his bar to like make some extra income, and I think we couldn't
the volume.
We couldn't make that work.
Yeah, that's not really an interesting fact.
No, not at all.
So
write that up.
All right, so we're gonna do this. We're going to this is a stirred cocktail. And that's something we like.
Right.
The reason that Matt and I do the Man Cave Happy Hour is because we know nothing about nothing. We want to learn, and that's the whole point. So we tag in people who know what they're talking about to educate us.
And folks that'll join us, they want to know, is there a mint julep recipe with the rye, or is there a mint julep recipe that you guys have out there?
I mean, do you want to make a mint julep? Yeah, make a mint simple. Throw some sugar water onto a stovetop, equal parts with a few mint leaves. Cook it up until it dissolves, and throw that in over crushed ice with.
Well, hey Sean, we're so excited! Welcome to the cocktail
throw
club.
That in, but yeah, throw that in.
It's like Christmas.
It is like Christmas. A lot of our subscribers say that. Actually, it's like Christmas every month, just like waiting for your box.
So we gotta add.
Summarize what Mike is saying. Just follow a mint julep recipe, but use rye whiskey instead of bourbon if that's what you want.
Yeah.
And
make your own mint simple. It's easy. It's delicious.
Or use mint and regular sugar simple if you like. Either way.
Yeah.
So which, Matt, do you see the
which I'm trying to see
all Eyes on Rye? Which one did it call up for the which of the ryes did it call up?
It actually
for the all Eyes on Rye.
It doesn't. It said all 3 of the ryes that they recommend is good for all 3 of these cocktails.
Oh, okay.
We asked the bartenders to recommend the bottle they like to give you a starting point, but we test these with a variety of bottles because we want it to be easy, and we want it to be something that we assume you love rye, and we assume you have a bottle somewhere.
Well,
discover a new bottle if you want.
Yeah, I don't assume anything. I will say that we have a variety of subscribers. Some have a very full bar, and the box is a really great compliment to help them use what they already have at home. And some other subscribers are kind of just getting started with us, and they're really looking to us for the recommendations we pass on from our bartender partners to help them get their bar started. But okay,
two of the recommendations were Rittenhouse Rye and then the Wild Turkey 101. We picked up those. We usually have the Rittenhouse on.
We typically do, yeah. But we drank it all.
But
I'm a big fan of both, but I do very much like the Rittenhouse.
We talked about that extensively before we were on, and the third was the old
Overholt.
Overholt. Yes. All right, but which one should we do with the old fashioned?
Let's do the Rittenhouse.
All right, we're gonna do the Rittenhouse with the old fashioned. And so this and the recipe is laid out for one cocktail. There's enough ingredients to do this 4 times, correct?
Yes, indeed.
So do your bartenders recommend making one cocktail at a time, or it's like,
can we double up on?
Can we double it up and then?
That's a bit of a controversial question.
That is.
Yeah,
I was wondering.
I'm not going to speak for all the bartenders. I recommend, one at a time. You get the ideal dilution. You get the ideal thing going with your bitters, because bitters don't like scale up linearly.
Theoretically.
Okay. So I personally always recommend one at a time. Some bartenders may say differently.
All right. Are we sharing cocktails here? I can do them one at a time, right?
Yeah, sure. We've made one cocktail for 2 people before.
All right.
Yeah. Also, you might learn something while you make one, and then you can apply when you make the next one. And if you're doubling up, then you have fewer chances.
Yeah.
So we
I mean, the nice thing here, you have 2 different bottles of rye, for example. You could try the cocktail with either bottle and figure out if you were right or wrong.
Yeah, that's right. You
house.
could do one Rittenhouse, one Wild Turkey, and you're.
I don't have cooties, Jamie. You want to give that a shot?
Yeah, we could definitely give that a shot.
Right.
And you know, that's part of the fun. And like there is a big part of this that is like, we want to teach you how to make cocktails, and part of that is you should make it more than once. You should be able to try it once and see if you want to adjust it, because everyone's tastes are a little bit different, and maybe you want maybe it's a little sweet for you, for example. Pull the syrup back. Maybe you want like a little bit more bitters, like you know,
maybe it's a little sharp for you and you want to stir it a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But you know, the journey is the destination, I guess. Why rush to the destination by making 2 at once?
Yeah. But Anna actually makes a great point. Pro tip, and I think you both seem like you like strong drinks, but especially an old fashioned. Old fashioned is meant to be really, really simple, and it is very obviously spirit forward. Yeah. There's not a lot of modifier in there. If your old fashioned is too strong for you, you can simply stir longer for more dilution. You're adding more water. It's going to be less overall ABV and will kind of be a little bit softer going down that way. You can also, of course, add a splash of soda water if you want, which is
I think
also a controversial thing to do for an old
I
fashioned.
think you can just give it a little bit more of a stir.
That would be my recommendation for sure.
So now here, these darling little containers, they're little eyedroppers. They have little eyedroppers in them for the bitters here in these particular ones, so for the pepper ones. Yeah. But it says very specifically 3 dashes, not drops, of black pepper bitters.
You can see another iteration there.
Yeah, it's like not drops. So what would be a dash?
Just give it basically like squeeze and like, you know, suck it up, and it'll basically fill about half the dropper, and there's your dash.
That's a dash.
Yeah, so there's one right there.
A dash is sort of a semi unprecise measurement.
Well, it's I mean
2.
But you're perfect there.
All right, 3. Okay, so not 3 drops, and one of them says actually, but 3 drops on this. One of them says 3 drops. It's funny.
Was it 2 of these?
2 of those. Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna do the same thing.
Oh, you got it. Yeah, you can just do it in there because it's a stir.
Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. So 3. There's 1.
I'm using the Wild Turkey 101.
Little more for Santa Claus. 3. There it is. So bitter. And then a ½ ounce. Oh, I couldn't get that open. You got that open?
I got it open.
Oh my gosh. I need a scrunchie or something.
You said 3 of the black pepper?
Yeah.
3 dashes.
So yeah, 3 eyedroppers.
Yep.
And then I need the lid there to do the 1/4 shot of a ½ ounce of the winter syrup, right? That's the winter syrup.
Yeah, it's the winter syrup.
And that's kind of like the okay.
And how many dashes of the orange bitter?
Oh, it's very cinnamony.
Also 3 dashes.
3 dashes. All right.
3 and 3, yeah. And then all right,
I feel like a bartender already, Jamie. I'm not making a mess.
So fill the glass with ice and then use a bar spoon to stir till mixing glass feels ice cold. Where's my ice, baby?
Oh, it's right here. Right there, Jamie. So the winter spice syrup, I'm smelling it. And it, like Jamie said, it's got a very it's kind of like, it feels like a red hot, if you will. Like a red hot candy.
Yeah.
It I think has some similarities, but it's a spice blend with some. I think there's some lemon zest, definitely cinnamon. I think some clove and allspice, if I remember right.
It's a blend of baking spices.
Yeah, but you know, it's a winter spice syrup.
Yep. How much of this did go in here? Half of this.
Yep.
There we go. I am so excited for this. And then ice and stir. I feel like such a professional.
You're looking great.
Oh, thanks, man.
All right, 27 stirs.
Is that the recommendation there, James?
Yeah, that's the
recommendation.
It needs to be very exact.
Yeah.
What I recommend.
You can feel your glass chilling, and you know you've chilled and diluted.
Yes. we did do a Japanese whiskey box, and it is like, Japanese bartending, as many things culturally in Japan, is about precision. And for those recipes, we did have one recipe where there was like a very precise amount of rotation that meant to be stirred, and
Yeah.
it's
the recipe.
That's the recipe. That's what the bartender wanted, and that's what we gave him.
Yeah.
Have you tried the Old Elk before? Out of curiosity.
No.
Old Elk, friend of ours. Okay. Sean,
Oh,
Sean is all about the Old Elk. He just got that for Christmas. If
Oh,
you've
yeah.
never had it. We did do an episode with Old Elk, if I'm not mistaken, Jamie.
We did. We had Greg. We met Greg Metz.
Yes.
He came. He was in town. He autographed a bottle, and I'm torn. I get an autographed bottle from somebody, and it's like, do you drink it?
Oh,
Yes. What else are you gonna do with it?
I mean, the
I
bottle's there for drinking, and then
You
you
can
and then
still
you
keep the
save
bottle.
it, and you
Yeah.
you have a lovely bottle. What is the Old Elk?
It is a.
He's Greg Metz was MPG. He was the master blender at MPG. He's the master distiller at MPG for years and years and years, and he just broke away about a year and a half, 2 years ago. And so he's doing his own, and Old Elk is his brand. And so it's a bourbon. Yeah,
It's a blended straight bourbon whiskey. Yes.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the All Eyes on Rye box would be great with that. But if you
Just a
like
little
old
sweet.
fashions, I love the cherry syrup idea. If you have a nice bottle of cherries like Luxardos or like Filthy Cherries, quarter ounce of that, 2 ounces of your spirit, and 2 dashes maybe each of aromatic and orange bitters, and you got yourself a really, really lovely Manhattan, or
Very
excuse me,
nice.
old fashioned.
All right, and then the orange oil, a spritz of the orange oil.
You can do the cherries first.
For an aromatic touch, the cherry, and then
No one did.
So there you go. You have 2 in that packet. So one
that's perfect.
one for each cocktail.
That's I get it out there without touching it.
You can
Well,
use that.
your
You
bar
can use your bar
spoons for
spoon.
that.
Yeah, you got your bar spoon right there in the foreground.
Oh, yep. I was like, where did I put my dang spoon? All right, come on, little buddy. Come on, everybody out into the pool. Here we go.
I'll take it. I'm gonna steal that one there.
All right. Oh boy, we're making a mess in here.
Oh,
Yeah. And then for the orange spritz, sometimes you need to pump it a few times before the spray comes out. It has to go up the little.
All right.
When it's fresh.
Yeah, so just you might need a few sprays. I mean, you could spray it over the drink, but I'm just warning you, it might take a few pumps to come out.
Oh, there it is. I got it.
what's
Now
that?
Now I'm smelling. Oh yeah, I'm smelling orange.
A little bit here, a little bit here. We're good. Yeah.
Just put the orange oil over the drink. All right. How many spritzes?
Well, 1 or 2 will do
I do
the
three
job.
for good. I do 3 for good luck.
All
That's
right.
fine too. And that's kind of, our easily transportable expression of just, expressing an orange peel over the
Sure.
glass.
I
You
like
know,
that. I
it's all
don't have a
bottled up in
ton.
there.
I don't have a ton of luck expressing orange peels.
It
I
can
don't.
be challenging, especially once they've dried out.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I
It
don't.
can also be challenging just to stock enough oranges for whenever you want it, or you start to get a fridge full of oranges that are naked because you stripped all the peels off. So, the spritzers are a really great solution. And we have those on our site too in larger sizes. And we have some different aromatic blends, not just orange, but we've got lemon orange. Oh, cheers. It's our cheers moment.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, sir.
Cheers. Oh yeah.
Smells so good.
That citrus oil, it really, ties the drink together.
Mm.
See,
That's-
wow.
Wow.
Here's my problem.
Do tell.
I'll drink 4 of these, but my other problem is I'll go to a bar and I just love the cocktail, and when I get home I can't do it, and it's just never tastes right. This tastes right. This tastes
Yes.
like a cocktail that Tara would whip up for us, or if we were there with Spencer
Yeah.
at Warren.
Yeah. And you made it yourself. Like, isn't that great?
I'm feeling pretty proud.
And you know how to do that. Hopefully you learned a little bit. Obviously, this is an old fashioned, very simple, but
you get enough of these boxes, you start to learn about pairing flavors, you practice your techniques.
Yeah. So here's the thing, and what Tara was talking usually sells us on is she usually goes bitter heavy. She's usually, and I was like, well, it was only 3 dashes. I go, but it was 3 dashes of 2 different kinds of bitters.
Correct.
So it was like 6.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's because most recipes, like an old fashioned, if you read most, recipes, call for 3 dashes. And I always, when I started mixing them at home, I've gone heavier since Tara has tutored us.
Yes.
And they've gotten better. See, I was mixing the 2 different flavors. Yeah. I've never done a black pepper bitter.
I've never had a black pepper bitter myself.
And those are really nice.
Yeah, they're actually very popular on our site. After we debuted this Homestead Old Fashioned, it's a popular cocktail, and everyone is just using their black pepper bitters now. And Sean popped up with a question about subscribing. He did, and he asked, when you subscribe, oh, there it is. Does a box come based on your likes, or is it a complete surprise each time? So to answer that,
if you don't look, it's a surprise.
Yeah, to answer that, when you subscribe, you get whichever box is featured on the website at the time. So it's the box of our choosing, but you can skip any box that you'd rather not try, or you can go into your account and you can swap it for a box that's available from the vault. This rye box is one example of what's available. Jolly for Gin Punch, which we talked about earlier, is available. We have one called Añejo Let's Go, and then Añejo Tequila box. That was our February box that was super popular. And, we have that available, plus a few others. We have a Negroni box available right now. We have that fall for Mezcal. So, you basically, if you go in and use your account options, you can kind of customize it to what you want. But honestly, we like to think of ourselves as a vehicle to, introduce you to your favorite spirit that you didn't even know about, or your new favorite cocktail you didn't even know about. So we would encourage anyone to go outside of what you already like and try something that you may not have liked before, you may not have sampled very much, just to see if you can, develop a taste for it or get into something new.
Right. Because, that's the whole thing about, that's one of the other reasons why we do the Man Cave, is really to expand our palates, to understand what else is out there. Right.
Yeah. You get us. You really get us. That's the point of the service.
Yeah. It's just that, because, you could have an old fashioned every single day of the week. I wouldn't recommend that. But if you go in for something different, you really want to try something different. I've had plenty of old fashions in my day. This is something that's very different, and it's a great spin on a wonderful old fashioned.
And it's not 2 minutes. It's not because there's 2 bitters instead of just one. When I'm mixing it up at home, so it's not really that much more intricate than what I'm doing anyway.
But it's different. You're expanding your palate. You're trying out different things.
So Matt, we did one with Wild Turkey. We did one with the Rittenhouse. I did the Rittenhouse. We both sipped them. What did you think about the 2?
I actually, the Rittenhouse one was actually a little bit sweeter for me.
It was a little lighter for me. Yeah.
With mine Wild Turkey.
And mine was better, I think.
And mine was better.
Maybe better for you, it's
mine was better.
It comes down to a matter of taste. And
see, that's perfect. Now you've learned something.
Yeah. And when we recommend these spirits, when the bartenders recommend them, we include a description too, so you can kind of read about the flavor profile and consider which one would you like to get for the box, or do you want to get more than one? Oh, Sean, you're very welcome. We're also excited for you to get started.
So are we.
That's great.
Yeah, so because there's just so much in the box, and this is just one expression in the box, and I'm already astounded that I was actually able to make a drink and not cause a mess, to be honest with you guys. But now we're going to look at the other one. That was the Creole Fling, I believe, is where we're going to go next.
And by the way, we have those recipe cards, but we also have videos on our site and on our YouTube channel.
I did see that. And you have some of the experts that are actually walking folks through making that cocktail.
Videos,
yeah. I would say it's less of a walkthrough and more of like a BuzzFeed tasty style kind of thing. But like, if you have never seen a technique done at all, or if you're really sort of new to this, it can be helpful just to see the moves, that she makes.
Fair enough.
All right.
We do like happy hours and stuff like that. We have we do a lot of kind of outside content.
Yeah, we put out a lot of content. We have a Facebook group, 16,000 members in the Facebook group at the moment. That's just a community for, cocktail fans, shaker and spoon fans. And, they're there for each other and doing their thing. And, we participate a lot with them in there. We have expert happy hours regularly. It's a lifestyle, shaker and spoon.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just looking.
So what are we
for
thinking
the,
about here, Matt?
Well, we're gonna do the Creole Sling. You got the other small bitters there.
Yep. The other two are right here. Yep.
All right, fantastic. So we're gonna let you want to do the same thing where we kind of split this up between the two cocktails.
We can just make a double batch.
You want to make a double batch?
Let's make a double batch
All right.
this time.
So you're going to use that right there. So it says 2 ounces of rye whiskey. So if we're doubling that up, we're going to do 4.
Yeah, I want to rinse. I want to rinse this out.
Rinse that out.
Phil.
All right, Phil. I will fill in. All right, this is me filling in. So how you guys doing? You guys having a good time in the man cave so far?
Yeah.
Chilling, drinking our whiskey.
Yep. What are you drinking on right now?
I'm actually this is it's some hold on, I'll tell you.
All right.
Fair enough. What about you?
We've got to fill in for 2 different people.
What are you drinking on, Anna?
I have to be honest. I'm drinking a kombucha.
Oh, nice.
Nothing wrong with the kombucha.
I have the barrel rye dovetail edition
Of
which there's that bottle. Yeah, I don't know why I hit it.
I don't know.
Which is really nice. See, this is like my top shelf thing because I'm trying to be fancy with you guys.
Yeah. Whiskey finished in rum, port wine, and Dunn Vineyard Cabernet barrels.
That reminds me of the Basil Hayden dark rye almost.
Yeah. So it's got a little bit of those kind of like complex, almost like fruity notes, but they're really light. It is still a very punchy rye, and it's absolutely delightful, and it's a nice sipper.
Yeah, it was a gift, wasn't it?
It was a gift. Yeah, this
Nice.
is my fancy bottle. I got 2 bottles from Barrel. The other one's long gone. The other one was just the Barrel Rye, which is fantastic if you have not had it.
All right, so
All right.
we'll get to those for the finish.
Yep.
So what do we need first?
All right, so first you're gonna do 2 ounces of the rye whiskey.
All right.
So let's do the Rittenhouse for the double.
All right.
We'll put the wild turkey aside for a moment here, because you and I both enjoy the Rittenhouse.
Yeah. So are we doubling it? Are we going to double it up?
Yeah, we're gonna double up.
All
So
right.
do you want to do 4? Watch us work, guys. We're gonna make you proud.
No,
All
I'm
right.
so excited. Yeah, you guys are old hands at this now.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. Oh, I should do this, right? So,
There you go.
All right. So we got
So then you're gonna
4.
do-
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Yeah. So you do a half ounce of the cold brew coffee. This.
Oh, all right.
So instead of a half ounce,
Shake
you're gonna
one.
shake it up, but you're gonna do a 1 ounce for a double.
Right. For the double.
Right.
Our friends Wandering Bear, also made in Brooklyn.
Ah.
Fantastic little brand. I don't know if they've made it out. I'm not sure how far out they are. I don't know if they're like in the Midwest with you guys, but
Yeah.
great other Brooklyn brand.
Yeah, their warehouse is right around the corner.
Awesome. Yep. So 1 ounce there for the double. Perfect.
Okay.
Just well done, sir. Now you're gonna get the cinnamon and vanilla infused maple syrup.
Oh.
Yeah,
Run
Run
it.
Amok, another
And-
wonderful partner of ours.
And are they Brooklyn based or New York?
No,
based?
they're in Maple Country up in Vermont.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 1/4 ounce, but for the double, it's a half ounce.
All righty.
Those,
Nope.
I mean, Run Amok is fantastic. They have really high quality maple syrup, but they do all types of infusions into their maple syrup. They age their maple syrup in bourbon and rum barrels, things like that. They do.
They do a
like,
smoked maple.
Yeah,
We've used.
we've used a few of their flavors.
Yeah, we've used 2.
It's an awesome product. Yeah, I
It's a softer cinnamon in here compared to the other one was like the Red Hots. This is a softer cinnamon.
Yeah.
I think they get some extra because we have it's a 1/4 ounce per drink, but we sent the 2 ounce bottle. So you guys are gonna have some left over to experiment with.
Yay.
Yeah. And you'll have some leftover cold brew too. So you'll
You'll
really
left over everything actually.
Yeah.
And everything is refrigerate after opening. That's
Yeah.
from what I'm seeing here.
They were
too.
the box says please refrigerate upon receival.
right.
Yeah. Well, it came with the lemons. I think you guys
Yeah, the lemons are
taking those out, but
So it does call for 3 dashes, not drops, 3 dashes of the chicory pecan butters. So
All
you're
right.
going to do 6 for the
Right.
double. There's 1.
And those are El Guapo bitters. They're made outside in Boca Raton, I think, outside of New Orleans somewhere. But
you'll note this is the Creole slang. So
yeah. So but yeah, trying to kind of source products and
they're
like
a great female-owned small brand.
Okay.
Yeah, just interesting things. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then is it
then it's a 1 spurt to the orange oil. So now you want to stir it up
after you strain.
Yep.
So we need a little ice, baby.
Yep.
Ice.
Yep. Another stir drink. The other one is a shake and drink. Like something we try to do is balance the box out. So hopefully all the drinks will be pretty different, both in taste but also in technique, and just kind of like one's in a rocks glass, one's in a highball.
Yeah, we're here
trying to kind of
teach you something.
Coupe, like the flat champagne glasses. Those are called coupes.
Yes, they are.
I learned that from your card today.
Perfect. There you go.
That's
right.
Like,
we're learning stuff. All right.
Yeah. You have your Nick and Nora, one of my favorite glasses, which is like a tulip-shaped coupe.
Mm-hmm.
You've got your double rocks.
Yeah, there's if you get into it, you can dive real deep on glassware.
Yeah. I keep on getting different glasses and things, and my wife Colleen, she's like,
no, a glassware collection's a beautiful thing.
You bring another glass home.
There you go, sir.
She's gonna.
It can be tough.
Glass.
Hard to find the space.
Yeah.
But maybe you have a little more space than we do out in Detroit.
Yeah, we do. All right. That's it. Now I split these over the two.
Yes.
Theoretically.
And
Nice.
then we'll do the orange oil spritz over the top of it. And this is the Creole Sling. I'm very interested as to.
Yeah, by Ryan Maybe. Very talented mixologist. We've had him a few times in the boxes.
And Ryan actually said the
brand. Jay Rieger.
Yeah, Ryan on your website it says Ryan actually is he often defaults to the Rittenhouse himself, and that's what we made with the for the Creole Sling tonight.
Yeah, although since we first released this box, he's actually released his own rye under his brand.
Oh,
Jay
nice!
So
really?
yeah, that's another great rye. But before he was done with that, he was defaulting to the Rittenhouse.
Is that spritzing? Is that spritzing?
Nope. You want to spritz?
Are you spritzing the right way?
I think so.
All right.
Spritz. I smell it. There we go.
All right.
Awesome.
Is that guy not working for you?
The spritzer is kind of.
Oh no.
Yeah, they get a little clogged sometimes.
They do. Well, if you ever get something wrong, write to our customer support team. They're lovely. We'll replace it.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, sometimes it just takes a little unscrew and rescrew.
It's like being an IT.
Back in. Yeah.
Did you turn it on?
Yeah, an IT solution.
All right.
Perfect.
And that's it there for that guy.
That's it for that guy. The
All
Creole
right,
Sling
so
with the Rittenhouse Rye.
The Creole
All right,
Sling.
cheers, you guys.
Cheers.
Yeah.
There we are. Cheers.
All right,
Thank you so
Cheers.
much. Cheers, Jamie.
There we are.
Ooh, just the smell alone.
Are you envisioning the beignets?
Ooh, that coffee.
That is very coffee forward.
Yeah, that's got nice. I wasn't.
Yeah,
I put it in there, but I was doing all the other stuff, and I forgot about the coffee.
Oh yeah, I mean that is really like one of the primary flavors.
Yeah,
that is boozy. That is boozy coffee.
That is dangerous coffee.
Yes.
Because you want to have it for breakfast.
No,
I teach high school, so yes.
Yeah.
Well, it'll perk you right up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we did talk a little bit about you can order a subscription, you can order one-offs. Is there a discount for doing a full subscription or what and how do people go about doing that on what is the website?
Ooh.
All right. Well, the website is shakerandspoon.com.
Easy
And there are many subscribe buttons on the website. And where the discount plays in is if you subscribe to a longer prepaid term, the cost per box comes down. So you have the month to month, which is $50 per box, but then you have the 3-month prepay, which is $135, before shipping and tax, and that comes out to $45 per box. And if you go all the way up to the 12 months, that comes out to $40 per box. And you're just, wow. Some people like to just dive in and start with the 12-month or 6-month prepay. Some people like to start with a month-to-month, try one box, and then upgrade to the longer prepay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So they can pick and choose which one they want, and they can upgrade or degrade themselves.
They can just log into their account and do their thing.
Yeah, we keep it easy.
What about gifting? How is it easy to gift through you guys?
Of course.
Super easy. Yeah, I mean, we like to think that we've set it up in a really ideal way for what the product is, given that people do have preferences when it comes to cocktails, and that there is a perishable element in many of the boxes. The way we do our gifting is, you head to the site, shakerandspoon.com, you hit gifting right in the menu, and then you head to our gifting page where you put in the name and the email address of your gift recipient, and that's really all you need. You can write them a cute note. We have a little note prompter that you can play with to get you started, and then you just put in the date and the time that you want it delivered. So that's not delivering a box, that's delivering your gift to them in the form of an email, with your nice note and explaining what you've gotten. Oh, Sean is doing the 3-month prepay.
Sean, you're awesome.
Sean, we
That's
love
how
you.
it works.
Sean, you got to join the Facebook group too. Type into Facebook.
You didn't take pictures as we're doing this. I didn't take a picture of my cocktail and was done.
Yeah, Sean, look
you
for
got ingredients to make more.
I'm the worst influencer ever.
Look for Let's Drink to That. If you type that into Facebook, you will find our group, and you can just join the group and meet all your new friends.
Let's Drink to That. Is that the Facebook group?
Yeah, Let's Drink to That. You should all join. Let's Drink to That.
Yeah, it's a really lovely, like, beautiful community of like kind people who just love talking about,
so supportive, and
making drinks and like figuring things out.
And during the pandemic, the community was all there for each other. They're still there for each other. They are planning meetups in person. There's like lifelong friendships being formed in this community. We're so proud of it.
I love it. Love it.
Yeah.
So here's another thing.
Oh, wait, hold on. I just want to get back to gifting. Sorry, I got a little thrown off by Sean. But so your recipient will receive the gift email. There's a big redeem button, so they can kind of redeem at the time of their choosing, either right away or later on, if now is not a good time to get all these cocktails. And when they redeem, their subscription begins starting with the box that's currently on offer. But, they right after they redeem, they can go ahead and activate their online account and hop right in there, and they can swap for whatever box they want that is available. So that way they just control the subscription, as opposed to you're just buying the box and it's arriving. Right. Our gifting system really, puts it in the hands of the recipient so that they can get what they like.
I really enjoy your gifting area because I can be wordy in some of my messages or what have you. And it says, help me write a note to and there's a drop down, drinking buddy, BFF, partner, what have you. And then it's suggest a note, because I'm not very good with words.
Yeah.
So this would actually help me out.
That's fantastic.
We try to keep it fun.
Yeah, our team wrote those.
Hey, help me write a message to my drinking buddy, Jamie.
That's it. Hey,
there you go.
Matt.
You want to read some of our suggested messages there? We got some fun puns.
So help me write a note to my hero, and I have suggest a note. Do I need to fill everything else in? I hope not.
I don't think so.
There we go.
Be my hero, Matthew. Won't you?
This is the most. Nope, that's not.
Because I just want to see you in
it's not coming up for
tights
me.
and a cape. Really is what it is.
It's not your website. Oh, a toast to you. Sip, sip, hooray.
Sip, sip, hooray.
How about to my drinking buddy?
All right, to the drinking buddy.
Suggest a note.
I still want you in tights and a cape.
This round's on me then.
Fair play. This round's on me. Right on. All right, so here's, because we haven't talked about us enough lately. No, but Matt and I both DJ weddings. We're both like wedding DJs and party club DJs, and we do that too. He's a banker during the day. I teach high school, but we've like done DJing for like 25 and 30 years.
Yep.
But
so many personas.
It's like, oh, lazy man, only 2 jobs.
I'm the pilot. I'm the co-pilot. I'm the steward. I'm the
lazy man. Okay, old Saturday politically incorrect night live. But but a big trend right now with weddings is signature cocktails.
Yes.
Right. Brides and grooms pick signature cocktails. I don't know if you guys have encountered that. We see it nearly every
Oh,
weekend.
definitely.
Yeah.
And so if someone was to like get the box to try something out and they're like, we want this for our signature cocktail, would they be able to order like just the ingredients for like that one cocktail?
For
Yes.
the entire night.
To be able to do like
Yes.
a number of them for their event.
Yes, we can help. And we have a whole department for that. We call it the distinct experience team. I guess there's like the regular customer experience, or our core business, and then there's the distinct experience, which is weddings, like you said, special events, corporate events, really any kind of group gifting or group experience.
Because I'm thinking this is like a really great way to try out a couple cocktails to say, I want this for my because a lot of times their signature cocktails are a little lame.
Yeah,
it's like, why'd you do rum and coke? All right, there you go.
No, this could be an element.
That was at the VFW hall.
We can hook them up with large format bottles to kind of recreate this at scale, and then we can do little kits of those kits for their like
party favors.
Exactly. So they could take those home, and it could be something that people kind of take home with them and keep. And like people do that all the time. We love doing wedding packages. We can do a lot of different things, including like adding like little napkins and barware and stuff to kind of like zazz it up.
What a great gift.
So
we love that.
So there's a couple of things there that because a lot of times it's like, oh, we need a gift for the groomsmen and a gift for the bridesmaids. All this like, and one of your boxes might be if you if you got a fun loving boozy kind of crowd. These are the boxes themselves might be nice bridesmaids and
instead of cufflinks
gifts, or now it's like it's crazy. Because like I said, I teach high school, and it's like the promposals, the proposals. So, and now it's happening with wedding parties, and it's like, how do I best man proposal or what? And it's like, I think these boxes, might be a nice, bridesmaid proposal. There's a kooky name for whatever.
We'll work on that.
I think they're ridiculous, and I hope that trend goes
there's
away.
There's a suggestion box over here.
So. For the people who are doing it, you're witty and wonderful, and we think you're great, and you should keep doing it. We're really honest to God, knock it off, people. But but it would be a fun thing to do for one of those proposal things. If your fiance, this is the dudes, right? For the dudes. If your fiance is making you do something,
right. Hey, Jamie,
this might be a fun thing to do.
I got another suggested note for you. This is for your parent. Let's be for your mom.
Oh yeah.
So your real twist on a classic. Now enjoy some drinks with a twist.
Oh, that's the pre-made messages there on the website. Okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
Sorry, I had to keep going because they're just awesome.
It's fun. It's so fun to play with.
It is. All right. So we've had just a crap ton of fun.
This has been amazing.
Shaker and spoon.
Great ideas.
It's the word shaker and the word and spoon.com is the website.
That's right.
And good Lord, you guys have given generously of your time. We truly appreciate it. And generously of the box. That was just a riot. So thank you for
you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We've been on for a while here.
I know. I know time flew by. I'm like, oh crap.
I got to tell you, Sean's actually waiting. He's pending for the Facebook page. So he's already said, I want to apply. I want to be part of the group. So he's
let
waiting
me in.
He's
all right, Sean.
To be let in.
I hear you knocking.
Sean, you'll be taken care of soon.
Wonderful.
No, but again, as Jamie said, your time this evening has been absolutely extraordinary. Thank you for sharing your boxes with us. I know that I'm going to partake a little bit longer in what we have going on in front of us. But in all honesty, I will come back for a different type of box. As I said earlier, it's more of the clear liquids for me. So the January box that I think I might just have to take a stab at that. So thank you for your time tonight, honestly.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for having us.
Is there anything we missed?
No, I think you nailed it. I was just going to say about the January box. That box actually has come and gone. You'll see there's no subscribe button under that. But we have kits. We have kits from that box. If you go to that box page and you scroll down a little bit to make more section, you'll see the Sequel and Spice kit. You'll see the Framboise Thaw kit, and you'll see you can get the syrup for the Right to Roam. So you can still get everything, just not in like that box form.
Okay.
And we do have the gin punch box, which is great.
Actually, yeah, the punch boxes are some of my favorites every year. I love a punch.
And I think that's like getting kind of low.
It is getting kind of low.
So if you're interested, it was a hit. The punch box is great.
Act now.
It was for December.
Act now. That's right.
Act now. Do it now.
There's one punch in there. Suzu's punch.
Oh God, I love
Ringo
that
Bender.
one.
Yeah, it's so creative. He was doing like a vision of a Japanese curry. So there's like a curry extract in there, but it's not like the curry you might be thinking of. It's like just this warm, rich flavor, and there's all these apple flavors in that one.
Yeah, we had that one was a lot of
apple cider vinegar. Yeah, we actually were traveling to San Francisco for a wedding.
Oh yeah, we worked it out with him in
and
person.
And he works at a bar in San Francisco, so we were like, let's just get it done, and we just came on over to Suzu's bar and we sat at the counter with him and we kind of put the finishing touches on it and then took the notes back to Brooklyn after the wedding was over.
Well, that one, that one's interesting because that one's like, there's certain things that we actually can do that like is a little bit better than the bartenders are able to do. And look, that's not to neg anybody, but we have access to certain things that the bartenders don't actually have access to.
Yeah, less better and more different resources.
Yeah. So we were trying to work this thing out where Suzu, who is I think he's like half Japanese, I think. Anyway, he's of Japanese origin and he grew up eating a lot of Japanese curry, which is something I personally also love and I'm familiar with. And it's a little bit different than Indian curries. It's on the sweeter side. It's really heavy and intense. Oh, thank you, Sean. I'm so excited.
Oh, Sean, we're your number one fans now.
But there's Japanese curry is this very like richness of flavor. And we were trying to figure out how to present that in a punch format. And a punch, you're adding, in this case, you're adding gin, but you're also adding a lot of sparkling wine to up the volume, which of course is going to also dilute the flavor. And we're like, how do we do this? How do we like get enough of this sort of like rich apple honey flavor into this to kind of punch it up?
Yeah. So basically the way it happened is like we talked and we tasted back and forth. And once we understood Suzu's vision, Mike was like, I got it. We'll use a reduction.
Well, we use the concentrate.
So concentrate.
Concentrate is something that you normally, it's initially made to be mixed with a large amount of water. So you get like, if it's apple concentrate, you get apple juice.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about a concentrate is you don't have to use all the water that is suggested. And in that way, you're able to do something that is very intense in flavor without kind of any modifiers. And what we did is we used an apple concentrate. We did add water, but we added much less than you need to. And then it's being diluted with the sparkling wine. And what you get in the end is this like intense, rich flavor that like you're never going to be able to recreate with just apple juice. And like it's a way to use an ingredient that like
I think what Mike is trying to say is that typically a bartender doesn't have like concentrate, like apple concentrate behind the bar. It's more of like a manufacturing ingredient. So Suzu was trying to figure out how to like do it with the juice, but then it was too much juice and the other things were being kind of drowned out. And what can we do? And he was like thinking of cooking it down. And Mike was like, but wait, what about an apple concentrate? So,
and we don't use concentrates very regularly. We try to use fresh, like high-end ingredients, but in this case, a concentrate like was the solution to the problem.
Typically we would go with a fresh juice and we have some really great sources for fresh juices. But yeah, in this case, a concentrate was the answer because we were looking for a really concentrated flavor.
That's where your R&D, I really want to. I would love to come and visit your facility as
you have fun,
filling orders and you're packing it all up and putting it all together, make sure it's all right. I would love to see that.
Join the group and we're often kind of showing behind the scenes of this and that.
It's a serious operation. We make everything ourselves. We ship everything ourselves. It's all and everything is done in this very kind of small batch way. Again, to try to like recreate as best we can. So like we're doing a large volume of things, but we're doing them in this very kind of small handcrafted way that really represents what you're going to get at a cocktail bar. And it's a lot of work, but the quality, we care about quality of product, and hopefully it shows. Hopefully
It does.
you got that in what you tasted tonight.
Yeah, and we own our manufacturing, we do our own fulfillment, and we have realized that's actually pretty unusual for an operation of our scale. But we really wanted to control the quality, as Mike said. So
the last question of the evening for the two of you: what's next for Shaker and Spoon? Where do you guys see yourself for the next 2 to 3 years?
Oh boy, the future? What?
Getting up in public. 1, okay. 2.
I don't know.
We got some things in the mix that aren't like for a public podcast, but I still want to. I still want to answer the question. We have a lot of really great boxes lined up for the rest of the year and getting into next year. We are expanding into other channels so that you can discover us in places that aren't just our website. We are developing some new products for our store, and we're working on developing some new kits. Here, I'll give you a little sneak preview of something that's coming next month. Is we haven't really done this in the past, but some of our a la carte kits we've been talking about, we're going to be adding some glassware to them. That's something that's been requested, and we're going to give that a try. And
we finally launched barware, or relaunched barware.
Yeah, we had barware on our site for a while.
That was today, I think.
Well, that was on Friday, but yeah, it went away for a while because our barware partners, were having supply chain issues. But Cocktail Kingdom, the industry standard.
And you said barware, like the spoons and such like that folks can.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course, yeah.
So that's available on our website again. We're also going to be. So right now we have the curated sets, but we also have the individual tools coming to the site. We're going to have some glassware coming to some of the kits, and we have other ideas for products in the mix.
I need one of those peelers for the because I have a potato peeler that I just use.
Potato peeler is probably like a great job. Like a Y peeler
does a fair job, but it doesn't get a good enough swath of it.
You just need like a solid Y peeler.
Yeah, Y peeler.
Yeah. So I got to get one of those. Thank you guys. Thanks for like Sean and Mike and everybody who is watching and chiming in. We appreciate everybody. The Man Cave Happy Hour on all the socials and wherever you're listening, collect, like, subscribe, leave a comment. We really appreciate you. And then head on over to shakerandspoon.com and get you some happy mixins.
Oh my goodness.
For some cocktails.
You will not be disappointed in any way, shape, or form.
That is it. Mike and Anna, thank you so much. Cheers.
Thank you guys.
Cheers. Thank you so much, guys. Been a pleasure.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Okay.
You can leave that one going. Leave that roll. It's best rehearsal ever.